and at the same price level, then the price continues upwards, goes downwards, and let's say that you would like to trade from this price level. Let's say that you would like to go long from there. Let's say that there is some strong support, all right? But you see that there is the failed auction, and it's kind of risky because when the price gets that close to the failed auction, it will most likely test below this line to create a successful auction. So it's not really clever to go long from this area because the price will most likely shoot past the level to create a successful auction. So don't place your trades close to a failed auction. Let me show you one more example. Let's say that there is an uptrend, then there is a failed auction, those two candles, and at the same price level, then the price goes downwards, returns back, and afterwards it's very likely that the price will test above this line, above the failed auction. So it's very likely that the price will shoot past it. So it wouldn't be really clever to try and place shorts somewhere from this area close to the failed auction, right? That wouldn't be really clever because the price tends to create a successful auction. Another way how you can use the failed auction in your trading is very similar to what I already showed you. Let's say that you are in a downtrend, you are in a short position, there is a downtrend, and then there's a failed auction at the bottom. Those three candles and at the same price level. So this is a failed auction. And let's say that right now you are tempted to close your position because maybe the price seems to be turning a bit. Maybe it's doing a little pullback. But because of the failed auction, there's a fair chance that the price will turn to test below the failed auction, at least 1 or 2 pips. So in case like that, I personally prefer to hold the trade until it tests below the failed auction. And only after that, I think about quitting the trade. The same goes for uptrend. So if there's an uptrend, then there is a failed auction at the top, little pullback, then don't quit your position there because of the pullback. It's very likely that the failed auction will get tested, that the price will go above it. So hold on to your trade and wait until test above this failed auction. The main reason the market wants to test the failed auctions is that the market is looking for liquidity. The big guys who control the market needs liquidity to enter their positions. And if there is a failed auction, then it's very likely that there will be somebody willing to trade above the failed auction in this area. Because there wasn't the strong rejection. If there was a strong rejection, then it would be a completely different case. Then it would be risky to push the price close to the rejection, because this would be a sign of strong sellers. But if the auction fails, then the big guys, the big financial institutions, are almost certain that there will still be somebody to trade above the failed auction. Alright, because the auction wasn't successful. There were more people willing to buy the painting for this price. So if the price is higher, then there probably still will be somebody willing to buy the painting for a higher price. And that's why the price returns back to this area to test if there is anybody willing to trade. And usually there is. Alright, so that's the logic behind it and how you can use it in your trading. I hope it makes sense. Let me now show you one more picture. In all those cases, you can see that there were failed auctions. All those are failed auctions. There's quite a lot of them on this picture. And all those failed auctions get tested sooner or later. So if I start from left, then this failed auction got tested right there with this candle. This failed auction got tested with this candle. This failed auction got tested in here. This failed auction got tested also in here. Then this failed auction was tested in here and afterwards right there. And this failed auction got tested by this buying activity. And the last failed auction got tested in here. Alright, so as you can see, the price always tests above the failed auction or below the failed auction to create a successful auction. The low of the swing should never end, for example, like this. It should always end like this. Aggressive rejection, not a failed auction. Alright, so let's now have a look at some live charts and on some more examples.